Hello, this is Mr. Kent of MrKent.com, and the reason I'm making this video is because Freeflight Pro version 5.1 came out yesterday, and sometime around mid-afternoon, maybe 3:30, 4 o'clock, I found that out. I thought, okay, well, I'm going to install it on my Galaxy Tab 8 Android pad. So I did that, and I immediately hooked it up. I just usually fly out of my garage door, and so I went out, and kids were playing football out in the street, and I asked them if I could fly my drone over them, and they said okay. So took the thing off and flew up above them, and flew down the street a little ways, and the app quit. In other words, it just shut down. So then I had to open it up again while the drone was hovering over the guys playing football. Fortunately, I had it high enough it didn't get hit by any passes. Anyway, so then I got Freeflight Pro up and running again, and it connected with the Sky controller connected with the drone, and everything was back. So I brought it in, I landed it. I thought, well, this thing's got problems. So then I took it all in the house, and when I get in the house, I usually set up so that I can get my flights sent through my Wi-Fi up to the Parrot cloud, and so I did that, and I can't remember now why, but something didn't work. So anyway, and while I was flying it, I tried the left trigger to see if I could get the radar, little radar indicator, and the left trigger was like it was dead. It wouldn't do anything. Of course, the right trigger wouldn't work for me because I wasn't using my goggles, but from all I've had over the last several hours, I'm making this the next morning. I think maybe if I pull the right trigger while I got the phone going, I'll get a picture of myself or something. Anyway, that's a joke, okay? So I came back into my office and I started experimenting. And I'm not kidding you, I have uninstalled and reinstalled that 5.1 app. I don't know how many times. I've reset my tablet. What else have I done? It doesn't matter what I do. I can't get it to work right. So here's what I have found. First of all, let's just go through the steps. I'm going to go ahead and go to my apps or my Play Store. Now this is I guess the Apple ones work from what I'm hearing. I'm gonna go to the Play Store and I'm gonna go Freeflight Pro. Well, there it is right there. So I'm gonna install that. And I'll speed this part up to help everybody help with their boredom. Okay, now it's installing. And pardon me. The one thing that I always do whenever I uninstall an app and reinstall it, in between times I turn off my software. I turn the tablet off and turn all the way off and on, all the way on. So I clear out anything left over by the previous installation. So this is a brand new installation, and I'm not going to open it right now. I'm going to just get it out of there. And I'm going to make sure I have everything going. I want to go up here. I have my Wi-Fi going, my Bluetooth is off, and everything is good. Now I just have to go find the app, and I'm going to turn it on without having the drone or anything hooked up, and just go through the steps of getting it installed. So we'll get it started here, and it wants to know if it can access my photos. And now it's doing the data synchronization. Now let me tell you about that. It did this only one time on my phone. It works great on my Galaxy S5 active phone. I haven't flown it with that, but everything works. You can click on everything and everything works. But on the tablet version, for the Android, this is the issues I keep running into. So we're getting the data synchronized, and now we need to say okay to everything and allow everything. and I have to accept everything. And I am not going to go through all the intro pages. We'll just go right back here. Now it's ready for me to use. So I've signed in and everything. I'm going to close it. Now I'm going to turn on my drone and let it get situated, warmed up, or whatever they call it. And once that gets done, then I'm going to turn on my sky controller. I've got everything hooked together. Okay, time to turn on the sky controller. Now it's going to ask me which program I want to use, and I never click on that little question thing. I click somewhere else because otherwise it defaults to that. So we're going to start up, and we want to say yes here, or okay. And now it's doing data synchronization, okay? Like I said, it only had to do that one time on the phone. Now keep that in mind, because when I get finished, I think I understand the reason it does this, but we'll see if I'm right, 100 years from now. Data synchronization is almost finished, and so here it comes pretty soon, maybe. Oh no, it's going to ask me some questions. I'm going to activate the handheld thing and say, yeah, I understand how it works. And there I am sitting at my office table. Okay, now I can hit the back button, and I can even go to flight plan. I won't waste time here, but I've checked it out. I can go to flight plan. And actually, if I wanted to, if I was sitting outside, I could take off and fly this. But the thing is, I did that, and it died on me in the middle of the flight. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go to settings. Okay, and I can go through all the settings and change things and set things up the way I want. I can go through all the settings, and we'll go back up here to the interface, and you'll notice there's it says show the mini map, and I'll put an arrow pointing to this, and it says never here. Okay, and that's where it was when we were looking at the screen and everything. And if I hit always, it's going to die right away. But if I hit with controller, it seems to work just fine. Now here we go. We're going to go back to the flying page because we want to see that well, there we go. We can't even go back to the flying page. Restart app. All right, we're going to hit restart app. And we're back in again. And we'll go back into settings and see where we're at. Nope, it's going to die again. Now it tells me to close the app because it just keeps stopping, and they want me to send feedback. But if you go to send feedback, I'll show you. I'll show you. There's all kinds of requirements that I have to come up with. Okay, it includes system logs and all blah blah blah. So I don't think I'm going to do that. So I'll close that, and we'll just go back here to this. Let it try to do its thing again. If you Google a Commodore 64, that was the computer I started with back in 1982. And I learned to program that thing. But I was really pretty dumb when I first turned it on because the screen said 32,000 bytes free. Now, there was only 64,000 bytes in the whole computer. And when I read that, I thought, wow, somebody at the factory really messed up, and I got some free stuff. That's how much I knew about computers. And there she just died again. And so there's half of the 64,000 bytes was used up by the operating system. And this is my theory, okay? I don't know how Parrot does things, but there's a chip inside of the drone, and there's a chip inside of the sky controller, and there's only so much room in those chips for programming. Like a lot of people say, I wish we had 4K graphics, instead of the 1080. Well, that requires a lot more storage space, and they would have to, there's only so much room on the circuit board. so they can't make the chips bigger and things like that without making major changes that would maybe not work. So anyway, what I see happening here is because it has to synchronize the data every time, okay? It synchronizes the data every time, not on the phone, but on the tablet. That tells me that something's not getting all the way completed when the program runs the first time. And so either for that's for the Galaxy, uh, Samsung Galaxy Tab 8. Okay, that's what I'm using. It's like stuff doesn't get all the way installed. Otherwise, it would only have to sync the data one time like it does on my phone, which works great. So either it's not getting a complete install or the programmers left something out because there wasn't enough room. I don't know. I really don't have an answer. The only thing I can say is maybe this is a Christmas present from Parrot to DJI because DJI is going to sell a lot more drones starting as of yesterday or today if they don't get this fixed soon. And well, the guys at DJI, they need to feed their kids too. So maybe it's a balancing out thing. And I'm not going to be too smart on it because I like my Bebop too, really do. But I'm a little frustrated with not being able to use my tablet. So anyway, I want to thank you for watching and have a happy new year and God bless.